Alright, what we're looking at here today is a 52-inch antique brass Casablanca Victorian ceiling fan. This fan uses the Inteli-Touch system. Here's a wall control for it. This fan was actually a trash find by a buddy of mine who gave it to me. The only thing that the fan had with it was the motor, the light, the blade irons, 3-foot down rod, and that was it. The hang true, the blades, and the glass and the wall control were all supplied by me. Glass is not genuine Casablanca. I just threw it on there, thought it looked good. These blades here are like a light oak finish arched end tip blade. Standard hang true canopy. Emerson K55 motor. Yeah, pretty nice fan overall. Here is the tag. The fan is from March 10th, 1987. Fan number 280. Model number is 2004T, which the T suffix is always denotes Intellitouch. The Intellitouch system has 6 fan speeds and 10 dimmable light levels, along with electric reverse and some other features that you can program into the fan. So we're just going to go ahead and cycle through the speed, cycle through the light, and that'll be it. So it's going to get this thing started. So we'll go ahead and turn the light on. Simple button turns the light on full brightness. If you hold it in, of course it'll cycle through the dim, and then you can release it at any desired light level that you want. Same goes for the fan. You turn it on high, it'll start on high real quick. But if you hold it in, it'll start at the lowest speed, and then it'll cycle on up. The mounting is not the tightest thing. I know I forgot to put my medallion up there, so the fan will kind of torque when the fan starts up, so that's the reason why it does that. So let's go and start up here on speed number 1. The board on this fan is actually something I also supplied myself. I think the board was replaced one time before in this fan, I believe. And the original board is having some issues where as soon as you turn power onto the fan, like after a second or two, the fan will just start cycling from low to high speed just randomly, where you don't have to push any buttons. And you can't shut it off. I haven't tried the light to see if the light works because I did bench tested it without a light on it. But yeah, I was having issues, so I put a different board in it, which works just fine. I'm going to take it to speed number 2. The Intellitouch system is a pretty unique system. One of the first computerized systems they ever offered in ceiling fans. I think it were introduced sometime around 1985 is when the Intellitouch first came into play. But I've never really been a big fan of it. It's a really sensitive system. Even though Casablanca made the best ones versus the other contrast counterparts like Sierra, Homestead, Newtone, all those computerized systems are even more finicky. But this is, they're all pretty finicky systems. The modern day remote systems are definitely a lot better, more reliable. Speed number 3. Surprisingly, the van has virtually no bearing noise, which is nice. The flywheel doesn't seem to be warped at all, which is also a plus. Speed number 4. Speed number 5. And speed number 6. Fan wobbles a little bit, likely due to a balancing issue with the blades. But, like Casablancas always are, they're a good performer. 14-degree blade pitch. Doing roughly around 200 RPM here on high speed, so definitely a good performer. And let's go ahead and shut power off and put the light back on and let it coast. Yeah, the Victorian's definitely been around since the very early days of Casablanca in the mid to late 70s. I forget when the transition from the Victorian to the Victorian 2 happened. I think sometime around early 90s, I want to say. I'm sure somebody that knows better will chime in and correct me. But they're definitely one of the longest lasting fans from Casablanca. In 1988, these became 5-blade with, of course, the 4-blade adaptability. This was the last year of the 4-blade only Victorian, and also the Zephyr and the Four Seasons. Those also became 5-blade in 1988 as well. These things came standard with Inteli-Touch. I think that's the only thing you can get the Victorians in this era. I think some required was a thing in the past after 1984. I think in 85 on up, they became Intellitouch only. These things were never worth 3-speed. This fan would have had a set of pointed tip blades, most likely. I'm not sure when they switched to these RSN tip blades. I think sometime probably in the early 90s. Like I said, I'm no expert here on these kind of things, but this pointed out there, would have definitely had a set of pointed tip blades. I just didn't have any spare set on hand for this thing. But these look pretty good on in this combination. Yep, pretty nice spin down time here, nice and long. So the bearings are definitely still in good shape. And there it is. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video on this 52-inch antique brass Casablanca Victorian ceiling fan from 1987. So we'll be seeing you next time. Take care.